What's going on, guys? Ace Alfala here with FMO Media. Today we actually have joined by Aaron Dowdy, owner of Silvercreek Realty Group, and a few of his amazing team members, Liz Comer and Kristen Cole. Welcome to the podcast, guys. So we're going to get things kicked off in this podcast series with an introduction to Silvercreek, a broker's on the cutting edge in the state of Idaho. And we're going to get to know a little bit more about them. But why don't we just start off for anybody who doesn't know who Silvercreek is or what you guys are about? Maybe why don't you just tell us a little bit about Silvercreek and your story?
You want to go for it, Aaron?
Yeah, for sure. So Aaron Dowdy here, founder of Silvercreek. We started back in, 2008, 2009, during the middle of a recession, and people thought we were absolutely nuts jumping into the real estate market when everything was kind of falling apart. But one of the great things that my dad always instilled in me, and he's my partner to this day, is that when people are fleeing for something, you should probably be running towards it. And so, he's a contrarian by nature. And so that's one of the things and values he always instilled in me. And so whenever I think people are scared of something, we've always taken the approach that there's probably a good opportunity there. And so we bought a struggling real estate company with about 20 or 30 agents, and really liked the fee structure and the model that the previous owner had created, and thought, I think we can make a good go of this. If we can get to 200, 250 agents, we can make a decent living. And, fast forward, 2022, we have over 2,000 agents now and multiple locations, and we're the #1 brokerage in the state. So it's kind of been a fun ride. We never set out to be the biggest, always set out to just really do the best job we could. And things have just kind of snowballed from there. One of our main core values is that we really view the agent as the customer. We thought back in 2009, 2010, that people had forgotten, brokerages had forgotten that. They were looking at the agent more as a profit center rather than a partner. And so we kind of flipped the model on its head and said, no, the agent's our customer. The agent will then in turn take care of the home buyer and seller. And so all the tools, systems, marketing, resources, everything that we do is centered around how to make our agent experience better, which then in turn helps the buyer and seller. So that's kind of Silvercreek in a nutshell, from a 10,000 foot perspective.
Ask Howard, why are you different? But I feel like you kind of answered that a little bit,
Okay.
Unless you want to expand on that a little more.
I can. Oh yeah.
Liz, do you want to go first?
Yeah, one way that Silvercreek has set themselves apart from the very, very start was a focus on systems and technology to handle enhancing agent experience through leveraging those systems to, I guess, let me back up on that, enhancing the relationship through technology, right? And they started way, way early on that and built the entire platform on that moving forward. So we've been able to grow to this capacity and still service our agents at the highest possible level. And the sheer size of everything has allowed us to afford the ability to continue to grow in that technology space. So my favorite part about working with Silvercreek is just the innovation and technology that we own in-house and can create here in-house with our team independently, so that we can ebb and flow with our specific market through Idaho, starting here in Boise, Ada County, but then hone it in for all other areas throughout the state. And that's really a significant difference in Silvercreek from other brokerages for sure.
Yeah. If I can add one thing to that too, Liz, as well as, we are pro growth, but with that obviously comes some struggles. And so one of the things we closely monitor is the bandwidth of our employees. And so we monitor really closely when our employees get to about 80% of their capacity. We recognize it's time to make more hires, invest back into technology so that that agent experience never suffers. And I think that's one of the pitfalls a lot of small businesses fall into, is they have all this success and growth, and they're running at probably 100 or 120% of capacity. And what happens there is the agent experience suffers. So we're really conscious of making those investments early on as we grow, so that we never have that drop off in service.
And let's talk about how did, Silver Creek become the industry leader out there? Like what was the strategy behind it? How'd you guys do it? I'm sure there's a lot of people, all eyes on Silver Creek, right? Like how they do it, what are they doing? What are their future plans going into 2022? Let's dive a little bit into that.
I think initially, to be quite honest, we were the first brokerage in the Treasure Valley or the state of Idaho to introduce a flat fee model. And that initially gave us kind of a shot in the arm and a wow, what are they doing? But quickly, you know how brokerages are, everyone adapts and modifies and quickly followed suit. And so right now, what we've tried to do and really separate ourselves from everybody else is layer that with incredible marketing support, customer service, brokerage support, tools, technology. And so it's no longer about being the low cost leader. You have to really provide everything. And another thing is you've got to have some good luck as well. We purchased all of our buildings during a recession. So for our competitors to try and compete with us and provide Class A office space in all of our locations, at the fee structure that we're offering is just not feasible for other brokerages because of our timing. So I think there's a little bit of luck involved, but you got to keep that wheel turning and make sure you're continuing to innovate. I think that's the other thing that really separates us is, we don't rest on our laurels. I think all great leaders and great companies have a certain element of healthy paranoia. And what I mean by that is whenever there's a market shift or whenever you're seeing somebody else change or adapt, you're sitting down with your leadership team and you're figuring out, okay, what does this mean and how do we spin and modify and create something new to make sure we're on top of things.
And I would love to build on that. That's one thing I do feel like sets us apart is we are local decision makers. We don't have to go up the chain in order to innovate or make changes or invest in new technology or a new service. That happens locally in Idaho with the people running the company. And that means that we're just able to be more in tune with our agents' needs and really listen to them and then take that concrete information to make decisions to benefit all of our agents.
Love that. And what would you say, what's the vision for Silver Creek going, 2022, 2023? Like where's the journey taking everybody? I'm sure you guys probably talk about this quite a bit.
We're taking over the world.
No, we're not. My goal is just to be the best in Idaho, frankly. I mean, we want to build a fence around it and make sure that no one can compete with us and just continue to innovate and create new things. I think that's one of the great things about our leadership team is they are drivers. They have no complacency in them whatsoever. So everybody on our team is really just excited about how to make their department the best. Kristen's focused on retention and agent experience, and Liz is like, how can we increase the marketing and the tools and the resources? And so those are the conversations we have, is just how to better ourselves. We're pretty much eyes on our own paper and looking how to innovate. So
we are excited by growth as a leadership team. We're excited by that, but that's not what it's about for us. It's about how many people can we support, how many people can we bless, how many people can we help be successful. And for us, the more people we can help and empower to achieve their goals, that is success for us.
One thing we've been talking about just recently with the market shifting, we've always had number goals and agents are always having number goals. And we've kind of shifted our mindset a little bit, less on number goals and how much and how many, because if we keep doing that, we're adding hours to our day to continue to do that. But rather, instead, we're trying to refine. And so we're kind of changing things to percentages. How can we move the dial with the time and energy that we have in one day? And how can we help an agent move the dial with the time and energy that they have in one day? In my mind, through marketing, and through resources to really maximize the potential of that 1 hour of marketing that they're spending every morning, or the 5 hours of marketing that they're spending every day, and whatever they're doing. How can we really make that maximum capacity so that they can move forward smarter rather than harder and with more man hours and effort, right? So that's kind of a fun shift in how we've been thinking about growth. And I think that that's going to trickle down.
Love it. And what are some really maybe important or powerful experiences that you've gained, maybe some lessons learned through your growth journey, right? I'm sure if we can all go back in time, obviously you'd want to keep it the same because you're still successful. But what are some insights and some important lessons maybe learned that maybe hopefully history doesn't repeat itself, or you learned something and said, oh, well, I gained a lot of experience from that, or I grew from this. And maybe that's to you, Aaron, while
yeah, I think for me, it's one of our struggles, I guess, is really instilling the correct culture in all of our outlying areas. And so making sure we have the right leader in those different areas that share the same values and cultural beliefs that we have, because every area is different, right? And so finding the correct manager in these satellite locations has really proven to be a struggle, but also one of our greatest successes. And so finding the right people who really want to help us grow and buy into what we're doing. And I think the other lesson or thing that we've learned is just to try things. Not everything we're going to do or implement is going to be a success, and that's okay. And that's how you learn, and that's how you grow and you get better. We've had, our offers platform is one of those things that, we were probably a little late in the market in releasing that. And so we're having to tweak and modify that. And I think it'll be a great success and a great tool for our agents. But initially it wasn't, and so it's a matter of adapting and modifying and figuring out where the market's going and not being afraid to fail.
That's a good segue right there for where is the market going? What do you guys talk about? Like where's the market going? I know it has a crystal ball, of course, but what are you guys talking about? When you're sitting around drinking coffee, maybe you're on the coffee machine or at dinner. What's some insight that you have maybe for all of you guys? I know everybody has a different opinion on where things are going, but you also have a lot of experience, right? You've seen probably multiple markets come up and down, Aaron. So where do you think we're going right now?
I think from the home buyer and seller perspective and the agent perspective, there's some uncertainty, right? I mean, I think the thing that we're facing right now is some buyer confidence issues, right? We're coming off of low interest rates with rates increasing. And so I think in general, there's a lot of hesitancy out there, and that's what we're experiencing now. And so they have to get used to that. I think the fundamentals are still good. There's still a shortage on housing. And so people need places to live, and this is fundamentally different than 2008. But I think it's going to take us some time, and I think we're going to give back some gains that we saw that weren't actually real gains in the housing market, more pretend gains. But I don't suspect we'll have a crash. From a brokerage perspective, we're kind of licking our chops. We feel like this is a great opportunity to take advantage. A lot of brokerages have been successful just because of the market, right? And they've built their overhead and structures around a certain number of transactions closing each month. And we know that that's not always going to be the case. And so we're talking to other brokerages about, acquiring them, growth, and there's just a lot of uncertainty right now. And so we're trying to really rally the troops and put our agents give them peace of mind that things are going to be okay, and say, take advantage of these resources and tools, and you'll continue to see growth and opportunity in your business. But I think it's a great opportunity now for us at Silvercreek in Idaho.
Yeah, if I can add on to that, as we talk about strengthening buyer confidence, again, our client is the agent, right? So one of the things that we're doing to support and just lead the way is we're not panicking about the shifts in the market. We are continuing to work hard. We are encouraging our agents to dig in a little deeper. The last couple of years have not been normal if you will compare to other years in the industry. And we're having to, help our agents reinvent their marketing plans and their strategies and how they're staying in front of buyers and sellers. And so as we continue to lead in confidence that the market it's going to continue to change. It always does change, but there's still opportunity. Aaron always says there's opportunity in every market, and we've definitely seen that to be true and are, really trying to instill that in our agents as well.
Yeah. Well, don't they say the biggest financial shifts happen in a down market, right? So it's just where the opportunity is. So prepping our agents to be able to hone in, focus on the marketing tools that we have. We're leaning in, we're constantly adding, we're not doing cutbacks. Like I said, we're so fortunate to be able to have the capacity and the buying power to continue to support, lean in, elevate, and really set up our agents for success. And that sets up buyers and sellers for success. So as leaders in the industry, we're almost we're between 15 and 20% of the market share throughout the state of Idaho, right? It's a huge, huge portion. And we sincerely feel the responsibility as industry leaders to pave the way to make sure that our team is moving forward as a whole, like our entire network is moving forward positively to, to help everybody in the real estate industry and every brokerage. We play really well with everyone in the sandbox. We want, when their business does well, we also do well as far as agents go. So anything we can do to provide resources, and I say this, I mean it sincerely, anything we can do to provide resources for our agents and even agents outside of our brokerage to do positive work for the industry, we're trying to do it.
And what are some creative solutions that Silvercreek has provided in the past?
Yeah, well,
Liz.
Let's talk about the most recent one. The most recent addition is FMO Media. You guys, Silvercreek Media is what we call it, a team of highly trained professionals who are phenomenal in their field, who hone in on every area of marketing. The marketing department is so vast and wide when it comes to digital, print, and networking resources. So trying to, as one department, trying to be an expert in every single area can be overwhelming. And seeing that from my department at Silvercreek Realty Group, and then understanding that on the agent level, trying to train an agent on, Google ads, Facebook ads, getting them on their Instagram, teaching them about Twitter, and then also having email marketing, doing their flyers and print. Like trying to get them to be experts in it while they have their own business to run it's a lot. I love it. It's a great challenge, but it's definitely a challenge. So when we found the opportunity to work with you guys to back Silvercreek and then also back our agents and have your whole team there ready to roll and ready to contact at any point of the day to educate and take on those projects for them, it's a dream come true. It's so cool. And the agents who are taking advantage of it are really, really, they're loving it. It's showing face in such a positive way. So that's my favorite resource that we've added recently. Before that, we can elaborate on that. We can back up to the Silvercreek
I want to
offers.
add to that as
loans.
well, Liz. I think that's incredible. I think the one thing I've learned over the 20 years in real estate is that agents really don't like doing the things, right? They're busy putting deals together and stuff like that. And we've always tried to create resources for them, templates and this and that for them to do it. But at the end of the day, very few people actually take the plan, do it, create their own content, use what we give them. And so to have a partner that really can hold their hand and say, like, this is what I'd like to create. This is my vision, and have FMO create that for them it blows my mind, And when we were being courted by FMO, I was quite skeptical, to be honest, that there was a company out there that could deliver on that. But just thrilled to see, we've been with you guys now 2 months, that the portal we've created and the interaction between our agents and them is phenomenal, and rave reviews. And it's so powerful to go into a marketing or a recruitment meeting and be able to say, here's what we can do for you, and here's how we can, plus your business. And people are like, really? That's for 2,000 agents? And I said, yes. When we released this, we said, let's try and break the system. Let's try and overwhelm them. Ace promised that we couldn't, and they haven't. So it's been cool to see a company actually deliver on what they said that we're going to do. So thank you, Ace.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And awesome to hear all the feedback. That's obviously makes us feel like, yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
Right, let's keep bringing it.
Yep.
That's really cool. So, but as we wrap things up, we always like to leave off with any last minute, maybe insight, to the market, to maybe buyers, sellers, what's happening in Silver Creek, anything we weren't able to touch base on, and kind of go around and just have everybody put in some last minute input on some things for really just whatever's top of mind, that we weren't able to kind of go over. I don't know, why don't we start with you, Liz? We'll work our way around to Kristen and Aaron.
Yeah. So I guess as far as resources, we can jump back on that. Definitely our Silvercreek Media platform has been an incredible resource. And that's the newest and a really innovative, one-of-a-kind thing that we've added to the system. Before that, Silvercreek offers the fact that we own the technology. We built the whole platform from the bottom to the top, and we can hone it to the market. Is pretty incredible. So we have changes coming up in that really soon to fit the current market. We're really excited about that. Bluebird Home Loans is coming on in the next 6-ish months. We cannot wait to be able to provide so many things along the home loan process for our agents and for agents across the whole valley and across the whole state. And honestly, wherever that ends up going, that's going to be a huge one. And we're not done. We're continuing to innovate. We're continuing to add, and we're just really, really excited to be able to add value to our agents.
Awesome. Love it. Kristen?
One of the things I want to touch on is our education at Silvercreek. We have led in education in the local industry for our agents. And even before the world turned to on-demand education or, hybrid or live stream education, that was something we were doing even before the rest of the world was. And we offer so many classes at the brokerage every week, every month. And the majority of those classes are also recorded and on Silvercreek TV, which is our YouTube channel. And so there's on-demand education, hundreds and hundreds of classes over years that agents can plug into. So for example, when we talk about marketing and how, Liz is saying, gosh, training them on Facebook and Instagram and, digital versus print and all these different marketing strategies, we can plug them into education that has happened in the past at the brokerage to help train and level up skills for our agents. And it is a huge resource, a huge value for our agents.
Adding to that, going back to what I said before, agents outside of the brokerage can have access to that too. Like I said, we can elevate everyone. So if you're interested in what it looks like in a Silvercreek Realty Group classroom, hit us up and we can plug you into some of those tools. Because when you're succeeding, we're all succeeding.
Yep. When we can elevate the industry as a whole, that benefits everybody. And that's what we want.
Love it. Rising tide raises all ships, right?
Yep.
Aaron, how about yourself?
The thought that comes to mind after, doing this podcast is that, you look at Liz and Kristen and how incredible they are. And the reaffirming thing to me is to invest in people who are much smarter, brighter, harder working than you, and see what happens, and then incentivize them, give them a carrot, and don't limit their earning potential or what they can do in their departments, and you'll see your business explode. And so I think that's great advice for not only me as a business owner, but our agents, when they're looking to affiliate and align with people, make investments in people. When you do that, you will never regret it, right? So that's my nugget for the day.
Yeah, I'll add on that if you don't mind. So yeah. In past business experience that I've had, we had a business coach, and as we sat with him one day, we asked, okay, if we have a 5-year goal and we want to get there in 1 year, how do we do that, right? How do we, just push this timeline ahead? And his answer to that question was hire the right people, invest in people, just what Aaron is saying. If you want to reach your goals faster, you invest in the right people to help take your vision forward. And we've definitely seen that at Silvercreek and, throughout our experience.
That's right. Teams win championships, right?
That's right.
Teams win championships. That's why you guys are winning. So I love it. Aaron, Kristen, Liz, thank you for being on today's podcast. All links will be down below on the bio, so you can follow their story, catch up with them, reach out to them if you need to. And we'll see you guys on the next one.